That positive affirmation you're repeating is cementing your brain's belief that you are a failure. Every time you stand in the mirror and force the words, "I am wealthy," while your bank account is empty, you are strengthening the neural wiring for "I am broke." This video will explain the neurological battle that forced positivity triggers inside your mind, a battle it is designed to lose. And understanding this mechanism is the difference between making real change and digging yourself deeper into the hole you're trying to escape. Picture your belief system as a courtroom inside your head. For your entire life, the prosecution has been building a case for your current identity. Let's say the case is "I am financially insecure." The prosecution has Exhibit A, that stack of unpaid bills. Exhibit B, the memory of your card being declined. It has thousands of exhibits, a lifetime of evidence, memories and experiences all pointing to one conclusion. The jury, which is your conscious mind, is completely convinced. The verdict is in. Then you walk in. You, the hopeful defendant, stand before this court and make a single statement. "I am abundant and wealthy." You offer no evidence, no witnesses, just a sentence. The judge, your subconscious mind, looks at the mountain of evidence on one side and your single unsupported claim on the other. It feels an intense conflict, a painful inconsistency. This feeling has a name: cognitive dissonance. It's the psychological stress we feel when we hold two contradictory beliefs at the same time. And the brain's number one job, above almost all else, is to resolve this conflict and restore consistency. So how does it do it? The brain, the judge, has two options to resolve the dissonance. Option 1, it can discard the entire mountain of evidence from your whole life, throw out every exhibit, and accept your new unsupported statement as truth. Option 2, it can discard your single flimsy statement. Which choice do you think it makes? Every single time, it chooses the path of least resistance. It dismisses your affirmation. It throws your case out of court. But the process is far more damaging than a simple dismissal. To resolve the discomfort of the dissonance even faster, the brain goes on the offensive. It actively seeks to prove the affirmation wrong. Your affirmation of "I am wealthy" becomes a search query, a command to find all the evidence that proves you are poor. Suddenly, you notice the worn-out tires on your car, you feel the cheap fabric of your shirt. You remember an expensive repair you can't afford. Your brain diligently gathers fresh evidence against you, all to protect the integrity of its long-held belief. The affirmation you hoped would save you has become a tool your brain uses to persecute you. You are literally training yourself to be a better prosecutor against your own desired change. Have you ever tried this? Have you ever repeated a positive phrase only to feel a tidal wave of counter-arguments and negative memories flood your mind? That experience was the system working perfectly. That was your brain, in an act of self-preservation, resolving cognitive dissonance by viciously attacking the weaker belief. It's a defense mechanism. It's trying to maintain a stable, consistent story about who you are. The story might be painful, but it's familiar. It's coherent. Your positive lie is a threat to that coherence. Of course, critics of this idea point out that affirmations seem to work for some people, and they're right. You've seen successful people swear by them. So what's the difference? The key is the distance between the belief and the reality. The degree of dissonance. If a professional athlete who is already in peak condition says "I am the greatest champion," the gap is small. The evidence of their training, their past wins, their skill, it's all there. The affirmation is a focusing tool. It's a plausible extension of their current reality. It's turning a moving ship 1 degree. For someone struggling with low self-esteem to say, "I am supremely confident," the gap is a canyon. It's trying to teleport the ship to a different ocean. A 2009 study at the University of Waterloo confirmed this. Researchers found that for participants with high self-esteem, repeating positive affirmations gave them a modest boost. For participants with low self-esteem, repeating those same affirmations made them feel significantly worse. The statement created a dissonance so painful their brains doubled down on the negative self-perception just to make the pain stop. The data is clear. You cannot build a skyscraper of belief on a foundation of sand. The lie is too big. So if affirmations are robust for anyone making a significant change, what's the alternative? The answer is to stop trying to argue with the judge. You stop trying to change the belief directly. Instead, you start submitting new evidence. You bypass the courtroom of belief entirely. and go to the one place where the brain cannot argue. Action. Your identity isn't what you tell yourself. Your identity is the sum of your repeated actions. You are a reader because you read. You are an athlete because you train. Identity is a lagging measure of your habits. The work is to stop affirming and start acting. The question shifts. It moves from, what can I tell myself, to what would a financially secure person do right now? Perhaps a financially secure person would spend 30 minutes learning a valuable skill instead of scrolling social media. Maybe they would track their expenses for one day. Maybe they would make one healthy meal at home instead of buying lunch. These actions are small. They are undeniable. They are pieces of evidence. Your brain can argue with the sentence, I am healthy. It cannot argue with the fact that you just went for a walk. It saw you do it. The evidence has been submitted. Each of these actions is a vote for a new identity. Spending 30 minutes learning a new skill is one vote for I am a healthy person. Who invests in myself? Going for that walk is one vote for I am a healthy person. Saving $10 is one vote for I am financially disciplined. One vote doesn't win an election. Your old identity has tens of thousands of votes cast over decades. Your first new vote feels insignificant. It is. But then you cast another and another. The beauty of this approach is its complete lack of cognitive dissonance. You are not asking the brain to believe a lie. You are presenting it with a series of small, indisputable truths. An action happened, a new piece of data exists. As the new evidence piles up, the old belief begins to starve. The prosecution's case gets weaker and weaker because you are no longer providing it with evidence. Your actions are now supporting the defense. Over time, the balance of evidence shifts. The jury, your conscious mind, starts to reconsider the verdict. But where do you start? If the old identity is a powerful gravity, how do you achieve the escape velocity to cast that first vote? The secret is to make the first action so small that it's laughable to refuse. Forget running a marathon. Put on your running shoes and tie the laces. That's the vote. That's the evidence for today. Your brain security system, the one that screams about dissonance, doesn't even notice. The action is too small to register as a threat to your identity. Want to become a writer? Don't write a book. Write one sentence, one perfect sentence. The goal is to get the evidence on the board. To start the trickle of data that will one day become a flood, this is how you rewrite your own source code. One small, undeniable action at a time. The next level is to build an environment that casts these votes for you. You want to read more? Leave a book on your pillow. The environment does the work. Want to eat healthier? Leave fruit on the counter and junk food at the store. You're making the desired action the path of least resistance. Your environment is the silent architect of your identity. Over time, you engineer a world that makes your new identity inevitable. It makes the evidence for it automatic. The person you believe you are today is a ghost. It's a story constructed from past evidence. A summary of yesterday's votes. That story feels solid, permanent. It is paper thin. It is utterly subservient to new data. By focusing on generating new evidence, you are giving your brain the raw material for a better story. You become the author of the next chapter, instead of just the reader of the last one. Affirmations fail because they are an attempt to get a verdict without a trial. It's asking for belief on credit, and your brain's credit department is ruthless. It demands proof. The work is to become a tireless, meticulous gatherer of that proof. Build a case for the person you want to become. Piece by piece, action by action, build a case so robust, so packed with evidence that the verdict becomes an inevitability. Stop trying to convince the person in the mirror with words. Start giving that person a new set of memories to work with. The reflection will take care of itself, and this same evidence-based mechanism is why so many high performers visualize failure instead of success, which is a different kind of uncomfortable.